All right, let's talk about the incredible turnaround story of Siemens Energy. This is a company that not too long ago was in serious trouble, even needing government help. And now they're posting record profits. But what's really fascinating is that behind the headlines, there's a twist. It's really a tale of two very different companies living under one roof. So let's get into it.
So the first thing you need to see is this number right here, over 200%. That's how much Siemens Energy's stock shot up in fiscal year 2025. I mean, that is a staggering figure that just screams one thing loud and clear. This is a comeback of epic proportions. And investors, they are definitely buying into this story.
So, yeah, we're talking about a recovery that quickly turned into a record-breaking year. But, and this is the interesting part, those amazing headline numbers, they don't tell the whole story. There's a much more complex and, frankly, more compelling narrative going on just beneath the surface.
Okay, so first up, let's dive into the good news. And believe me, there is a lot of it. These are the top-line numbers that absolutely stunned the market and really signaled that this company has turned a major corner.
The scale of this success is just immense. I mean, look at those numbers. But the one I really want you to focus on is that order backlog. It hit a record 138 billion euros. And you got to understand what that means. That's basically guaranteed work in the pipeline. It gives them incredible stability and visibility into the future. This isn't just about one good year. It's about building a solid foundation.
And if you want a clear signal of confidence from the top, this is it. After getting out from under government guarantees way ahead of schedule, the company announced a dividend. It's the first one they've paid in 4 years. That's a huge, powerful signal that management truly believes this turnaround isn't just a fluke, it's sustainable.
So you're probably asking, where is all this cash and all this growth coming from? Well, the answer boils down to two absolute powerhouse divisions that are just firing on all cylinders right now.
Okay, check this out. On one side, you've got their gas services division, pulling at over $12 billion in revenue and a cool $1.6 billion in profit. And on the other, you have Grid Technologies, with over $11 billion in revenue and a stunning $1.8 billion in profit. Just look at those margins. These two divisions aren't just growing, they are the two massive, profitable pillars holding up the entire company.
And you might be wondering, what's lighting a fire under Grid Technologies specifically? Well, this quote right here from a Morgan Stanley analyst nails it. The absolute explosion in AI and data centers is creating a crazy, insatiable demand for electricity. And the problem is, our existing grids just can't handle it. That gap, that's a massive opportunity.
And if you want proof, here it is. This number, over 2 billion euros, is what Grid Technologies sold just to the data center hyperscalers, the giant cloud companies, in 2025 alone. And get this, that figure more than doubled in a single year. That shows you just how directly Siemens Energy is cashing in on the AI revolution.
All right, so up until now, it's been all sunshine and record profits, right? Well, this is where the story gets complicated, because not every part of Siemens Energy is joining the party. Let's talk about the big problem that's hiding inside all of those profits. Honestly, this one chart tells you almost everything you need to know about the company right now. You've got these two massive positive green bars, gas services and Grid Technologies, just cranking out billions in profit. And then you have this third bar, Siemens Gamesa, the wind division, with a huge loss of 1.3 billion euros. It is a massive drag on the entire company's performance. So, to be clear, Siemens Gamesa is the company's wind power arm. And even though they are making some progress, the bottom line is a full-year loss of about 1.3 billion euros. This right here is the central challenge, the main problem that management absolutely has to solve. So what's actually causing this mess? Well, it's not just one thing. It's kind of like a perfect storm. The onshore wind business is under a ton of pressure. On top of that, US tariffs are hitting their margins hard. And while the offshore wind business has huge potential, it's incredibly expensive to get it ramped up. So the company is making moves, like selling off its business in India to try and refocus its efforts. Okay, so with all that bad news, here's the line in the sand management has drawn. They've set a very clear, very public target. Get the wind division, Siemens Gamesa, to a break-even margin in fiscal year 2026. Hitting this target is not just a goal. It's absolutely critical for their entire future strategy. It's a make-or-break moment.
And that brings us to the final chapter here, the future. How is Siemens Energy planning to use its incredible strengths to tackle its biggest challenge? What's the plan to hit their new, incredibly ambitious goals?
So looking ahead to 2028, the company has put some really bold new targets out there. And this shows a huge shift in thinking. They're not just playing defense and recovering anymore. No, they're going on offense, targeting accelerated revenue growth and aiming to boost their profit margin to a whole new level, between 14 and 16%.
And you know, this newfound confidence didn't just appear out of thin air. It's built on some really smart, decisive moves they've been making. They've been streamlining, selling off businesses that aren't core to their mission, like we saw in India, and all that hard financial work paid off. They got their credit outlook upgraded, which strengthens their balance sheet and gives them a lot more flexibility.
And really, this brings everything full circle, back to that tale of two companies idea. The whole strategy, the big bet that Siemens Energy is making, is to take the giant profits from those powerhouse divisions, gas and grid, and pour them into fixing the difficult and expensive wind division.
So it all comes down to this one huge question. Siemens Energy is betting its future on this really bold plan. But can the massive profits they're making from today's energy systems actually solve the very expensive and very complex problems of building tomorrow's energy systems? The answer to that is going to define the next chapter for this company.